Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sam's Doing Stuff. What am I doing today? I'm working the whole day. So those of you who may not know, a lot of you know, my daughter, she's 8 years old and she's autistic. She also has learning disability, and I love her dearly. She's my number one job. She's, when she's around, I have to be with her. And she's been off school for the Christmas break, of course. That was 16 straight days. And then there was a snow day, just to tack on to the end of the Christmas break. We're supposed to have her go back to school on Monday, and she was home one more day. So I've been just kind of scraping hours together to try and get things done. And now she's back in school, and I have this entire day to work, and boy, I can't wait to get started. And I gotta tell you something, everybody. It just won't stop snowing here in Northeast Ohio. It's coming down off the lakes. And the favorite thing for the weather app to say is that the snow will end in the next hour or so, which of course isn't true. There we go. Well, that's at least a little bit better. I won't have to walk through the snow until it keeps falling and makes it all deep. That's just, it's time of year. Anyway, I've been splitting a bunch of honey locusts. That's what this is right here. Honey locust is wonderful wood. We're gonna make some more rounds. This next log that I'm about to cut up is a big ash, and it's not exactly perfectly round, so it doesn't want to roll. So I'm going to use this. You might think this is a log ox, and I guess you would be correct. That's what it started as, but I've modified it quite a bit. I didn't think the original tool was quite serious enough and didn't have enough leverage. Oh, it's frozen. There we go. Anyway, yeah, it didn't have enough leverage to do any real serious work like this. So I modified it. There we go. Gave it a little more. See how long the handle is? Yeah, the original log ox, just not, you know, usually if I can manage a log with what the short handle of the original log ox was, I could usually manage it by hand. I didn't need the tool. So that's better. That's better. So this is ash, so I'm just gonna cut it up and put it on a separate pallet, because right now I want that honey locust. Finish up the trailer with honey locust. There you go. Trailer this full is about 1/3 of a cord. Yep, loosely thrown in like this, maybe a little bit less. But next thing all I gotta do is I gotta take the carry all off the back of the tractor, put the trailer hitch on, and tow it out and stack it. There we go. So putting the labels on these bins is definitely a win. I can't tell with the snow on them what's what, but I know this is a honey locust. It's on the label. You know, I kind of sort of think that most people that do firewood don't like this part. They don't like stacking. Everybody's trying to find a way to get out of doing it. But for someone with my, I don't know, OCD, I guess, I don't know, this is a payoff right here. It's a big payoff when I stack the firewood. It just really, it's therapeutic. I don't know, let me know in the comments if you feel the same way or if you just want to get as much done as fast as possible. I don't know. I really, really enjoy the finished product. That's what this is. This is the finished, you know. Now what I don't like, I really hate, is unstacking it, especially by hand, and throwing it in the dump trailer. But we're working on that. Yeah, I just think it's a beautiful thing. A full tote honey locust. Just as good burning as oak. Yeah. Anyway, here's your next lesson, okay? So this right here, this is 1/4 of a cord. It's a tiny bit more because you know me, I like to deliver a little extra. So this is 1/4 of a cord. Now, if I were delivering this with a pallet jack, pre-stacked, just the way it is, you guys remember, I wanted to charge $100 for this product. And I know I could get it. I absolutely 100% know I could get it. This exact same product, it takes 4 of these to make a cord, is $25 less if I put it in the dump trailer and deliver it. So there's your, you know, I'm trying to make it as obvious as possible. This exact same thing, $25 less. So if I deliver 4 of these, you know, dump them in the dump trailer, it's a $300 cord. If I deliver 4 of these at $100 a piece, it's $400. Yeah, they're either $75 a piece or they're $100 a piece. The exact same thing, just depending on the delivery method. Now, yes, you do have to account for the cost of the machinery. I want to remind you that all of the machinery I'm using right now is stuff I already had anyway. So buying a pallet jack, yes, would definitely be exclusively for the firewood business. And I would have to account for that. You don't have to account for the entire purchase in a year. You can take that and amortize it over, let's say 5 years at $2,000 a piece. And I'm definitely making enough money to cover the depreciation on the machine because I still have the machine. It's still a value. If I stopped doing firewood, I could sell the machine, you know? So just trying to answer some questions, some things I see in the comments about people concerned about business plans and stuff like that. It's adding value to the product. That's the #1 goal. If you can sell the same exact thing at a higher price because of a service, You're adding value to the product. Otherwise, it's just a commodity and it's worth what it's worth. So anyway, that's about it. Oh, and one more lesson, one more business lesson. So how do you determine the price of what you're going to charge? Well, first of all, you've got your market and what people are willing to pay. But once you start selling stuff, there's I studied business, so this is legitimate. There's a formula you use when you're doing your business, and that is an 80-20 split. 20% of the people who would have bought from you should turn you down because of your price. You should be too expensive for at least 20% of your clientele. And now let me give you an extreme example just to paint a picture for you. If you're busy all the time, you're working 24/7 and you're making what you're making, you should double your prices. Why? Because if you lose 50% of your clientele because you double your price, you're still making the same amount of money and you're working half the time. See? That's how it works. So if you're booked solid, you know, you're charging way too less. You need to charge more. You need to charge more. And that's the business lesson for today. Anyway, I hope you guys learned something, and I got to figure out a way to be able to dump these come this fall. I've got some ideas. I talked to my older brother who has an engineering degree, and we've come up with something, and that's going to be a later video. So anyway, yeah, I like it. This is good. I like that I'm stacking them in baskets instead of on pallets because it gives me options. It definitely gives me options. And if I don't buy that pallet jack this year, which it looks like I'm not going to, I'm gonna try and work on all those other little projects. From the votes I've seen in the comments, it seems like you guys want to see little projects rather than just blow it all. And I agree. There's a lot of stuff I want to do. I mean, it's my channel. I'll do what I want to do, but I appreciate your input, and make sure you keep commenting and keep watching. So anyway, I appreciate you stopping by, and I'll see you next time when I'm doing more stuff.